Hello students, today we will be doing the basic integration problems. I thought of solving 20 to 30 questions in a single session itself. Let's begin the session. So question number 1, integral. Drawing the big S is known as integral symbol, and along with the integral symbol you have to specify with respect to which alphabet you are integrating. Here if you notice the question is 5x square minus 8x plus 5. This question contains the alphabet X. So you have to write dx at last. In case if the same question is like 5y square minus 8y plus 5, then you have to write integral dy, right? So this is the basic. So I'm going to integrate this question, the 5x square minus 8x plus 5. I'll integrate here. 5x square minus 8x plus 5 dx. You can apply the distributive property over the integration. You can split this into 3, like 5x square dx minus 8x dx plus 5 dx. So you can distribute this. You can distribute the integral symbol into 3 terms. So now I'm going to integrate this. I hope you are aware of this already. Integration of 5x square. You will be taking the 5 outside because 5 is common. In case if the constant is in multiplication or division with the variable, you can take that out. Okay. So you will be integrating the variable alone. So similarly here you do have 8x. You can take the 8 outside since the 8 is in multiplication with the x. You have to take the constant outside only if it is in multiplication or division. You're not supposed to take the constant out if it is in addition or subtraction. Okay, so remember, you can take it out only when it is in multiplication or division with the variable. So here you do have only constant 5 dx. I'll tell you how to do it later. So this one, you just keep the 5 as it is. Integration of x square dx, we do have a formula. I'm writing the formula here. Integral x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. C is nothing but integral constant. So x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here the n is nothing but the power and x is base. Okay. So here you are integrating x square, right? So when you integrate x square, we'll write the base and power separately. The base is x, the power is 2. So if I substitute in this formula, I forgot to put dx. If I substitute in this formula, it's going to be x power 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 plus c. So it's going to be x power 3 by 3 plus c. So I'll be writing the x square as x power 3 by 3. So the integration is done. And you don't have to put plus c every time. You can put that at the final step. So now I'm going to integrate the next one, which is minus 8x. Minus 8x is the next term, right? So minus 8 is in multiplication, so that I'm just keeping it as it is. I'm going to integrate the x alone. And you can rewrite x as x power 1. So integrate x power 1. If you integrate, you will be applying in this rule. So here the base x is x only and the value of n is 1. So I'm going to raise its power by 1, and in the denominator also again I have to write it. So it's x power 2 upon 2. So that I'll write it here, x power 2 by 2. And I have to integrate this 5 now. So let me do that. 5 is a constant, we don't have any variable here. So you have to write 5 as 5 into 1, because 5 into 1 is also 1, and 1 can be written as x raised to the 0, x power 0, right? Because anything power 0 is 1. So x bar 0 gives you 1. I'm rewriting 1 as x bar 0. You have to write it in the similar variable, the same variable. So you can take the 5 out and integrate the x bar 0 alone. So now I'll be comparing this with this formula. If I do that, the value of n is going to be 0, and the x is x. So it's going to be 5 times of x power. What I'll do, I'll just raise its power by 1, and in the denominator also again I have to write the value of n and increase its power by 1. It's 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1. So that is 5 into x power 1 upon 1. That is 5x. So integration of 5 into x power 0 is nothing but 5x. So the solution for this, the solution for 5x square minus 8x plus 5 is 5 x cube by 3 minus 8 x square by 2 plus 5x plus c. C is the integral constant. Yeah, I hope it is clear. We'll move on to the second question. So the second question is minus 6x cube plus 9x square plus 4x minus 3. You have to differentiate this, you have to, sorry, not differentiate, integrate this with respect to x. So I can, here you can find 4 terms. So it is integral minus 6x cube dx plus integral 9x square dx plus integral 4x dx minus 3 dx. Let's do one by one. First I'm going to integrate this part. So I can take the constant outside first. The 6 is in multiplication, just take that out. So integrate the x cube alone. So again I'm going to use the same property. That is, when you integrate x power n, you will be raising its power by 1, and again you will be writing it in the denominator as well and increase its power by 1. So here minus 6 into x power 3 plus 1 will become 4. 3 plus 1 will be 4. So this you can simplify. This will become minus 3, and over here you will be having 2. And it is not compulsory to simplify, but that looks better. So it's minus 3 by 2 x power 4. That is for this part. Minus 3 by 2 x power 4 for the integration of minus 6x cube. So by using the same rule, I'm going to integrate 9x square also. So 9 is in multiplication with x square. So take the 9 out. Integrate the x square alone. If you integrate x square, it will become x power 3 by 3. So if I simplify, this will become 3 into x cube, right? You can cancel out the 3 and 9. It will become 3. So it is 3x cube. So this part is 3x cube plus 4x, integral 4x. 4 is a constant, take that out. Integrate the x alone, and you have no power here. Here you can assume it as 1. So when you integrate x, you will become x power 2 by 2. So this will be 2x square if I simplify. So 2x square be the integral for the 4x, and minus 3 dx. So minus 3 is the constant. So you'll be rewriting minus 3 as minus 3 into x power 0, right? So you can take the minus 3 outside. Minus 3 can be written as minus 3 into 1, 1 into dx. Minus 3 into 1 can be written as x power 0. I'm going to follow the same rule. So the value of n is going to be 0. So it will be minus 3 times x power 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1 minus 3 into x upon 1. I mean x power 1 by 1. X power 1 is also x only, so it will become 3x. If I divide it by 1 also, minus 3x divided by 1 will give me the numerator part only, which is minus 3x. So minus 3x is the result for this part. So the solution for this question is, it's minus 3 by 2 x power 4 plus 3x cube plus 2x square minus 3x. Yes, I hope it is clear. We'll move on to the third question. This is a basic worksheet for solving the basic integration problem. That is why it looks similar. So x power 3 by 2 plus 2x plus 3 dx. So again I'm gonna apply the distributive property. I'm going to split it. It's gonna be x power 3 by 2 dx and integral 2x dx and integral 3 dx. So x power 3 by 2 can be written as x power 3 by 2 plus 1 upon 3 by 2 plus 1. I'm using this rule only. Right here the value of n is nothing but 3 by 2. The power value is n. So x power 3 by 2 plus 1 upon 3 by 2 plus 1. So what is 3 by 2 plus 1? You'll be taking LCM. You can write 1 as 1 upon 1. And how you will simplify this? You'll multiply the denominator and the denominator. This will be the cross multiplication, like 3 into 1 plus 1 into 2 upon 1 into 2, right? So it's going to be 3 plus 2 upon 2, which is 5 by 2. So the simplification would be x power 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2. And for 2x dx, take the 2's outside, just keep the 2x alone, x alone. Integration of x is, you can write x as x power 1, and it's going to be x power 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1. So which is x power 2 upon 2. So cancel out the 2's, we'll be getting x square as the result for the 2x. And for 3, so 3 will become 3x, right? Because we'll take the 3 and we'll be writing the 3 as 3 into 1 dx. So 1 can be written as x power 0 dx, and this can be written as x power 0 can be written as x power 0 plus 1 upon 1 by substituting this formula. When you integrate x power n, you will be getting x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So which is 3 into x divided by 1. So it's 3x. So integration of 3 will result you 3x, right? So the result for this question is x power 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 plus x square plus 3x. So that is the result. For the question number 4, you have 8 by x minus 5 by x square plus 6 by x cube. All the variables are in the form of fraction, right? So it is 8 by x. Let me rewrite this by applying the distributive property. 8 by x dx minus 5 by x square dx plus 6 by x cube dx. Let me solve one by one. So first let me solve 8 by x dx. 8 by x dx. So this you can write it as 8 times of 1 by x dx. So you have to integrate the 1 by x. We do have a formula. Integral 1 by x dx is nothing but log x plus c. I'll tell you why we do have log. So this part will become log x. So write 8 as it is. Integral 1 by x dx can be written as log x by using the integral formula, right? In case if I'm taking the x to the numerator, why he I'm just going to explain why you are not allowed to use this x power n+1 formula, right? So in case if I'm taking the denominator x to the numerator, it will become integral 8 into x power minus 1 dx, right? Because here 8 by x, the power is 1. If you are taking it to the numerator, that will become negative. The positive will become negative, right? So take the 8 outside, x power minus 1 dx. So now if I increase its power by 1, so it will be x power minus 1 plus 1 upon minus 1 plus 1. So it is 8 into x power 0 by 0. See, in the denominator you are having 0, so which is not defined. So to avoid this only, we do have formula in the form of log, right? I hope it is clear. So remember, whenever you integrate 1 upon x, you will be writing it as log x. And then I'm going to integrate minus 5 by x square. You can rewrite this as minus 5 into 1 upon x square dx minus 5 into this x power 2. If you take it to the numerator, it will become x power minus 2 dx, right? So now I'm going to use the power rule. Integral x power n will give you x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So it's going to be minus 5 times of x power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1. So minus 5 into x power minus 1 upon minus 1. So minus 5 by minus 1 can be written as plus 5 into x power minus 1. So that is the result for this. It's minus 5 x power minus 1, and 8 upon x will give you 8 log x. And there is another step also after this. I'll tell you how to do it. The next thing is integral 6 upon x cube. Take the 6 outside. It's going to be 1 by x cube into dx. And 1 by x cube can be written as x power minus 3 dx. And if I apply the same power rule, it's going to be x power minus 3, and I'll increase its power by 1. In the denominator again, I'll write its power and increase its power by 1. So it's 6 into x power minus 2 upon minus 2. So cancel out this and this. It will become minus 3 into x power minus 2. So the final result for this question is 8 log x minus 5x power minus 1 minus 3x power minus 2. And you do have a formula. A log m can be written as log m power a. That is logarithmic identities. If there is any constant is in the multiplication of log, that will become the power to its variable, right? So 8 log x can be written as log x raised to the power 8. So we can write it as log x raised to the power 8. That's it. This question, square root of x plus 1 upon 3 root of x into dx. So this question is in the form of square root. First we need to write this, we have to rewrite this question in terms of power. Square root of x can be written as x raised to the power 1 by 2, right? So I'm going to rewrite this question as x power 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 3 into x power 1 by 2 dx. This root x also can be written in the form of x power 1 by 2. So I'm going to apply the distributive property again. I can split this into 2. 1 upon 3 times of x power 1 by 2 dx. Again, like it will become x power 1 by 2 dx plus 1 by 3 integral x power minus 1 by 2 dx. So integral this x power n dx is x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So x power 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 1 by 2 plus 1. So x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. This is x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3. Again, when you integrate x power minus 1 by 2, you will increase its power by 1 again. So x power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 will be 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. So it's x power 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. Right? So this can be simplified. This x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 can be written as 2 by 3 times of x power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3. The denominator 1 by 2 can be written as 2 by 1. So 1 by 3 into 2 by 1 can be written as 2 by 3 into x power 1 by 2. So that is the result for the question number 5. So that is 2 by 3 times x power 3 by 2 plus 2 by 3 times x power 1 by 2. I hope it is clear. We'll move to the next question. We're done with the question number 5. We'll move to the question number 6. Question number 6. It is 12x power 3 by 4 minus 9x power 5 by 3. This is also basic. It also deals with the power rule only. I'll just write the power rule over here. It's x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 and plus c. It's an integral constant. So the question number 6. You can take the 12 outside. It's x power 3 by 4 minus 9 into integral x power 5 by 3. So it's 12 into x power 3 by 4 plus 1 upon 3 by 4 plus 1 minus 9 into x power 5 by 3 plus 1 upon 5 by 3 plus 1. So 3 by 4 plus 1. For the simplification, it will be 7 by 4. And 5 by 3 plus 1 will be 8 by 3. So it's 12 times of x power 7 by 4 upon 7 by 4 minus 9 into x power 8 by 3 upon 8 by 3. That's it. You can simplify this also. You can write it as like 12 times of 4 upon 7 into x power 7 by 4 minus 9 into 3 upon 8 times of x power 8 by 3. You can write it like this also. And 12 into 4 can be written as 48 upon 7 into x power 7 by 4 minus 9 times of 3 can be written as 27. 27 upon 8 into x power 8 by 3. So this is the result for question number 6. We'll move on to the question number 7. In the question number 7, you do have integral x square plus 4 upon x square dx. So here the x square is common for this x square as well as to this 4 also. So first I'm gonna split the denominator into two parts. It's gonna be x square by x square plus 4 by x square dx, right? So this can be written as this x square and x square can be cancelled and it can be written as 1. So it's going to be 1 plus 4 upon x square into dx. So now I'm going to apply the distributive property. I'm going to split this into two terms. It's going to be 1 dx plus 4 upon x square dx. So when you integrate 1, you'll be writing it as x power 0 dx plus you can take the 4 outside and 1 by x square can be written as x power minus 2 dx. So this x power n formula, the power rule formula, will be increasing its power by 1 and again will be increasing its power by 1. So x power 0 can be written as x power 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1 after the integration, which will be x power 1 by 1, which is nothing but x. So this will be x, and 4 into x power minus 2 can be written as x power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1, which is x power minus 1 by minus 1. So it's 4 into x power minus 1 upon minus 1. So if I simplify this, this can be written as x minus 4 into x power minus 1. So that will be the answer for this, x minus 4x power minus 1. Right? Hope it is clear. We'll move on to the question number 8. Question number 8. In the denominator, you do have a rational terms, right? X into square root of x, and this can be simplified. X into square root of x can be simplified as x times x power 1 by 2, and this can be simplified as x power 1 into x power 1 by 2. And you know the rule, like a power m times a power n can be written as a power m plus n. By using that, I can write x power 1 into x power 1 by 2 as x power 1 plus 1 by 2, which is x power 3 by 2, right? So this can be written as integral 1 divided by x power 3 by 2 dx. Yeah. So this 1 divided by x power 3 by 2 can be integrated, like it can be written as x power minus 3 by 2 dx, right? When I take the denominator term to the numerator term, the power will get changed, right? The sign will get changed. So again, I'm going to use the same power rule. Power rule means that raising its value by 1. So I'm raising its value by 1. If I do that, while after the integration, you have to remove this symbol and this. You have to discard them. So it will be minus 3 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 3 by 2 plus 1. So it's going to be x power minus 1 by 2 upon minus 1 by 2. So that is the result for this question, for the question number 8. I hope it is clear. We'll move on to the next question. The next question is in the terms of t. Interesting. So it's 1 plus 3t into t square into dt. Here you do have a bracket. So according to the BODMAS strategy, you have to simplify this and then you have to proceed it, right? This t square is common for 1 and 3t. So let me write 1 plus 3t times t square as 1 into t square plus 3t into t square, right? So here just put the integral symbol and dt. So again you will be using the power rule. Like 1 into t square can be written as t square plus 3t times t square can be written as 3t cube, right? So when you integrate this, t square can be written as 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 plus 3 times of t cube can be written as t power 4 upon 4. I mean 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1. So it's t cube by 3 plus 3 times of t power 4 by 4. So it's t cube by 3 plus 3 times of plus 3 by 4 times of t power 4. That is the result. And you can put plus c also after that. And it is not compulsory to write that plus c. It looks good in the case of indefinite integral, but here we don't have upper limit and lower limit, so you can put plus c after that. We'll move on to the question number 10. The question number 10 is, these are all the basic integrals. We will be using the very simple strategies, very simple basic simplification to solve the integral problems. So it's 2t square minus 1t whole square. So if you look at this question is in the form of a minus b the whole square. Let me expand this question, like, in the form of a square plus b square minus 2ab. That would be more simple. Otherwise, you will be using the chain rule, right? So now I'm going to use the basic power rule. To use the basic power rule, I'm expanding this into a square plus b square minus 2ab. Here I can say the value of a is 2t square. The value of b is 1. So a square is nothing but 4t power 4. B square is 1. And what is minus 2ab? Minus 2 times of a into b, minus 2 times of 2t square into 1, which is minus 4t square. So first, I'm not integrating, I'm just expanding it, right? So this can be written as first a square plus b square, right? 4t4 power 4 plus b square. B square is nothing but 1 only. Minus 2 into a into b. That is minus 4t square into dt. So now I can distribute this using the distributive property. It's 4t power 4 dt plus 1 into dt minus 4 into t square dt. So it's 4 into t power 4 can be written as t power 5 upon 5 by using the power rule, because when you integrate x power n dx, you will be writing it as x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, right? So when you integrate t power n also, you will be writing it as t power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So you just have to increase its power by 1. And this is 1 dt. 1 dt is nothing but t power 0 dt. And what is t power 0? T power 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1, which is t power 1 by 1 equal to t. So this part will become t. And minus 4t square. T square will become t power 3 by 3. So it's 4 into t power 5 by 5 plus t minus 4 into t cube by 3. That is the result for the question number 10. Right? We'll move on to the question number 11. It's y square into cubic root of y. See, cubic root of y means y power 1 by 3. Okay. So let me rewrite this question. It's y square into y power 1 by 3 dy. So a power m into a power n can be written as a power m plus n. So just add the power. So it's y power 2 into y power 1 by 3 can be written as y power 2 plus 1 by 3. So it's y power 2 into 3 plus 1 by 3. So it's y power 6 plus 1 by 3. It is y power 7 by 3. So you can write the entire question as y power 7 by 3. So we'll be using the power rule now. So integral x power dA can be written as x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So integral y power n, the same applies to any variable, right? So y power n dx, I mean not dx, dy. Y power n dy can be written as y power, something happened to my throat. Y power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So it's going to be y power 7 by 3 plus 1 upon 7 by 3 plus 1. So now you can simplify this. The 7 by 3 plus 1 upon 7 by 3 plus 1. You can apply the LCM. And 7 by 3 plus 1 can be written as 7 plus 3 by 3, which is 10 by 3. Y power 10 by 3 upon 10 by 3. Right? This can be written as 3 by 10 y power 10 by 3. This is the result for the question number 11. Just note it down. Okay, we'll move on to the question number 12. Question number 12, theta. So you will be using many trigonometric identities and trigonometric ratios also in the integration. That will be more and more interesting. So we'll see how to integrate theta. Integral theta means 1 theta. Answer is theta only. Theta plus c. For this one, for integral 7x dx. Here the 7 is in multiplication. So you'll be taking that out. And then you have to use the integral sin x formula. And I will add the video link in the description box, or else I'll put the icon in the top on this video. I have explained why the integral sin x is cos x. I have explained it through the graph, and I have explained it through the some derivative principles also, first principle theorem also. Take a look at it when you if time permits you. Otherwise, like, people tend to by heart, like integral sin x is cos x, I mean minus cos x. Wait a minute, I think I have made a video for the differentiation, not the integration. Anyway, I'll that. Take a look at it. Okay. So integral sin x is minus cos x. Remember this. Remember the formula. Integral sin x dx is cos x. I have uploaded the video on the derivation. Yeah. On the derivative of sin x. Yes. Not the integration. This is integration is antiderivative. Right? So integral 7 sin x dx. So take the 7 out. Sin x dx. I've told you already, integral sin x will give you the result as minus cos x. So it's going to be minus 7 cos x plus c. That is the result. Minus 7 cos x plus c is the result on this. And for this question, it's 5 cos theta d theta. You're integrating with respect to theta. 5 is in multiplication. You can take that out. 5 times of cos theta d theta. So integral cos theta. Integral cos x dx will give you the result as sin x. So here you have 5 sin theta. And then we'll move on to the next question. Question number 15. 9 sin 3x dx. I'll give you a formula. Sin nx. I'll write it in a different color. Like sin n x dx is nothing but minus cos nx. Here you will have 1 by n. It's minus 1 by n cos nx plus c. I'll write the formula for the cos also. Integral cos nx dx will give you the result as 1 by n sin nx plus c. Question number 15. Integral 9 sin 3x. Take the 9 out. Integrate sin 3x by using this formula. Here the value of n is 3. So it will be 9 into 1 by 3, and you have minus sign also. And cos 3x plus c. Cancel out the 9 and 3. It's going to be minus 3 cos 3x plus c. So that is the result for this question, for the question number 15. I hope it is clear. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 16. It's 12 cos 4 theta d theta. So take the 12 out. Cos 4 theta d theta. So cos 4 theta d theta can be written as 1 by n. What is n here? Here the n is 4. So it's 1 by 4 sine 4 theta. So this you can simplify and write it as 3 sine 4 theta. That is the result for question number 16. Question number 17. 7 cos 5x dx. You can take the 7 out. Integrate the cos 5x alone. Again, you will be using the cos nx formula. It's going to be 7 times of 1 upon n sine 5x. What is that 1 by n value? 1 by n is nothing but 1 by 5. So it's going to be 7 by 5 sine 5x. See here. Here the coefficient of x is in the form of fraction, right? So write the 4, take the 4 outside. I will be having sine x by 3 into dx. And the coefficient of x is 1 by 3. So just substitute in this formula. The answer is 1 by n, right? So it's going to be 4 times of, write this 4 as it is. Whenever the constant is in multiplication in the integration, you just keep it as it is. So it's going to be minus 1 divided by n. The value of 1 is 1 by 3. And cos nx. n is 1 by 3 into x dx. So which can be further simplified into minus 3 into 4, which is nothing but 12. It's minus 12 cos x by 3 plus c. That is the result for this. One by 3 into x can be written as x by 3. This question. Integral 4 e power minus 7x dx. I'll give you the formula for this also. Integral e power nx dx is nothing but n into e power nx plus c. So here the value of n is 7 minus 7. 4 into, the formula is n into e power nx, right? So the value of n is minus 7. So e power nx is minus 7x. So 4 into minus 7 can be written as minus 28 e power minus 7x plus c. Right? We'll solve up to question number 20. No, it's a little bit tired. 9 into e power x by 4 dx. Can take the 9 as constant. E power x by 4 dx. So e power x by 4, the same formula. E power nx dx can be written as n into e power nx. Here the value of n is 1 by 4. Just write the 9 as it is. E power nx. I mean, you are just writing the e power nx as e power nx, and you are just multiplying the e power nx by its n, right? So what is the value of n here? Here the value of n is 1 by 4. So that you will be multiplying. So it's 9 into 1 by 4, which is 9 by 4. 9 by 4 into e power x by 4. So this is the result for question number 20. That's it. I'm winding up the session. Thank you so much for watching the video.